Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Mila and you gonna get to know me. So today I decided that I'm gonna do a little girl talk, right? Because in the lieu of my previous videos, um, I've had a lot of DMs and messages from a lot of girls asking me like, Mila, like, oh my gosh, like, how do you move on from a toxic situation? How do you like find yourself again? How do you get the courage to be okay with your traumas and a whole bunch of stuff? So we gonna unpack all of that. I really want to say that there really isn't no one thing that ultimately contributes to you getting over a toxic situation, whether it be a friend, a partner, a family member, a job, like whatever it might be, right? Because I feel like when we talk about toxic relationships, we only tend to think of an intimate relationship, but there's toxic relationships on all types of level, baby, like all types. Don't forget it, and they all contribute to be stressful in your life in some type of way, right? And me personally, when I think about toxic relationships, I just really it saddens me. You know what? It saddens me mainly because toxic people, a lot of times they don't even know that they're toxic, right? I think we like there's a saying that says hurt people, right? And it's so true. It's not to like normalize anyone's behavior or to make excuses for anyone, but hurt people really do hurt people, right? And I feel like as Black people in particular, we suffer from a lot of generational trauma that just pretty much gets carried on from generation to generation to generation. And I really feel like this is mainly because we don't talk about a lot of things that we go through, right? We are shameful of it. So, in turn, us being shameful and not being transparent with one another and shedding light on certain situations, we actually tend to normalize it, unfortunately. And that's not good because me personally, I'll be damned if my daughter has to deal with any of the toxicness that I've had to deal with in my life as a Black female, right? And I know that there's a lot of Black females out there that can agree with what I'm saying, right? Because I feel like we're in a different day and age, right? With the technology that's all around us and everyone's pretty much being transparent, right? Because yeah, you may get online, you may, post cute pictures of yourself. Oh yeah, this girl's pretty, this girl's fly, this girl could dress nice. Oh, this girl has a nice body, this, that, and the third, all of that. But beneath the surface of all the vanity and things of the world that we all like and look aesthetically pleasing to us, are human beings, right? There's layers to each and every one of us as a human, right? And I feel like as Black females, we endure a lot, mainly because of our culture and this stigma out there that Black women are, loyal to a fault and we have to do all of these things underneath this. We have to basically be superwoman, right? And in being a superhero, I know everybody didn't watch, a little Spider-Man, Batman, Marvel, all of that, right? And in being superhero, every superhero has their fault. I was having a conversation with someone that I know recently, and she was just talking to me, and we were just, just having a little girl talk, and she was just saying like, like she keeps attracting these certain types of people and whatnot. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, I should really address this in a video, right? Because a few people were asking me like the same question over and over. And I really and truly believe that the universe knows who you really are, and the universe will only present you with opportunities and align you with people who reflect who you truly are. Not who you think you are, not who you post to be on the internet, who you truly are to the core. You can't cheat the universe. The universe knows who you are. They know how much work you've put in. The universe knows where you've come from, where you're trying to go, and everything. So the universe will never present you with something that doesn't align with who you really are, right? So at a point, you have to start to reflect on who you are as a person. Okay, why do I keep attracting toxic friends, toxic boyfriends, and toxic jobs with toxic managers and whatnot? Why do I keep attracting these things? There's no way that in life you go through life and unfortunate situations keep happening to you for no reason. At some point, you really have to do some internal self-reflection and realize, okay, like, all right, Mila, you're the problem here. All right, this makes, it's not adding up anymore. I know some of these people were trash, but Mila, you got to own up. Like, there's something here that you contributed to all of these situations in some type of way, and you need to get to the root of whatever your own personal problems are in order to grow and move on and become a better person, right? Because it's crazy because everyone be like, oh my gosh, Sierra, what's the prayer? I need my Russell Wilson, da 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 da, all this, that, and the third. But I'll tell you right now, I don't know those people. Neither do you. We just make assumptions and think we may know based off of what we see on the blogs and what she might do, what Future might do, da 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 da, all that. I'm telling you, I am almost certain that Sierra prayed for herself. She prayed for her peace of mind. She prayed for healing. She prayed for all of that good shit, because there's no way on the face of this earth that you're such a good woman, such a good person, and you keep getting these trash bags. It doesn't make any sense, right? You have to have some type of toxicity within yourself while you keep attracting these other broken people, right? So I believe that Sierra prayed to heal and to grow as a person, right? Because you can't want a Russell Wilson if you're still out here being a city girl. Like, like I love city girls, not real ass bitch, but all of that, I love them. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying their persona and what they embody as city girls, not as Carisha and whatever JT's real name is, I don't remember. But not as who they really are, as their personas. If you're out here doing that, right, you can't expect to get your Russell Wilson, because in order for you to get your Russell Wilson, that requires certain qualities out of you as a female, out of motherfucking you. Yeah. So you have to put on your big girl panties, pull them up, and you gotta do some work. You have to do some real work. So whatever that is that it may require of you. So if that's seeking therapy, which I think that we all need as Black people, because like I said, we suffer from a lot of childhood generational trauma that we oftentimes don't deal with until we become full-grown adults, and then these traumas start showing up in our relationships and our friendships and whatnot. That's the only time that we start to, really realize, oh shit, like, damn, like, I got some PTSD, like crazy, right? But I feel like all Black people need therapy. I feel like it's vital. Like, white people go to therapy for fun. They go and just chit chat. Just, yeah, this week my wife, she made the worst chicken ever. I just couldn't I can't fucking take this shit anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they really go just for sport and for fun, right? And I feel like as Black people in the Black community, we don't really do therapy. We feel like if you go to therapy, like, you're messed up, you have all types of problems and shit. No, because there's a lot of things that a lot of ways and habits that we've learned throughout the course of life that have been instilled in us, whether it be from our upbringing or just from going through traumatic situations in life. We have to unpack those feelings and that trauma. We have to unpack them, or else we're going to continue to carry them on through the rest of our life, right? And we're going to project those traumas onto other people, and it's not cool. You know what I mean? It's not cool to walk around being hateful and being mean towards people unprovoked. It's not cool at all. And at some point in your life, when you get to a certain, I don't even want to say age, because age doesn't guarantee maturity, but when you get to a certain point in your life, it's not cute anymore. Like, that's not that's not real. Like, and me, I only promote realness. Like, be unapologetically you. Show up as you every day and don't give no fucks about that. Yeah, be you, but don't be rude. Don't walk around being a mean girl for no reason and shit. Like, that shit's not cool at all, right? But yeah, so therapy, read some books. I feel like, as once again, as Black people, I feel like reading is something that a lot of us don't do. And if we do read, I feel like a lot of us read just urban novels. Start reading some self-help books. Figure out what it is. Figure out some qualities that you would like to possess as a person, and go find some books that will teach you how to possess that quality, how to become that person, right? And I'm telling you, watch your life start changing instantly. Instantly. You'll start showing up as a different person. And because you're showing up as a different person, the universe is going to automatically shift in your favor. 100%, right? Therapy, reading, cut people off. Like, cut mad people. Just cut people off. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like because we know people maybe for like a long period of time in our lives, we'd be like, oh no, but I've known this person since grade 1, or oh, I've known them since we were in diapers, or oh no, they were there for me when I went through this and when I went through that. But you have to understand, people come to your life for a reason and a season, and when they serve that purpose, it's time to let them go. Everybody's not meant to be in your life forever and go with you to the next level. And sometimes that may be what's hindering you from leveling up. You may need to let go of some people that are holding you back. And it's real. It's no joke. Cut some people off and watch your life start changing. Cut that person off that all they do is call you and talk about drama. We don't want to hear about that. We don't want to hear about gossip. What do you got going on? What's positive for you in your life today? I don't want to hear about who's what's it not is doing what's it not and all that. I don't want to hear about it. Tell me about your new apartment you just got. Tell me about your new car. Tell me about your pay increase. Tell me that you're pregnant. Tell me that you got engaged. Tell me you getting married. Tell me you want to be your motherfucking bridesmaid, sis. Like, tell me some positive stuff. I shouldn't feel like anyone in my life is just negative. You know what I mean? Because then that starts to affect your aura and how you are as a person. Like, you shouldn't be talking to anyone in any type of relationship, friendship, family member, intimate relationship. It shouldn't be draining. I shouldn't deal with someone and feel draining. It should feel like I've uplifted and I've become a whole new person. That's what it should feel like. Like, when you're pouring into someone, that's not what it should feel like. As humans, we're beings that are attracted to energies and vibes and vibrations, right? And because of that, you have to be mindful of who you're exchanging your energy with, because it could rub off on you and then you start acting like that person, right? And then you start becoming unrecognizable to yourself. And when telling you, like I said, when you become unrecognizable to yourself, that's when you're gonna have to start doing a lot of work. And that shit is hard. That shit is not easy. Like, that's like one of the hardest things that I've had to do in my life personally, right? It's to rebuild yourself up, because when you go through stages and seasons in life, every season requires a different version of you. So you'll never get the same version of yourself twice in life, ever, right? Because when you get to level 5, it requires level 5 Mila. When you're trying to get to level 10, it requires level 10 Mila. I can't be wanting to get to level 10 Mila, but mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, I'm still at level 2 Mila. That can't work. It's not going to work for me. You know what I mean? So it's going to take time. It takes time and patience and consistency and focus to get to where it is you want to be, right? As a female. And I personally really feel like as females, a lot of us try to move like our shit doesn't stink. Like, you know, you're too cool. Things can't happen. No, 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 baby. No, 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 baby. It happens to all of us. Whether you want to speak on it or not, it happens to all of us. All of us. All of us. And it's crazy because if a lot of us were more vulnerable and open with each other, we would have a lot more in common. A lot of y'all that be hating on each other will have a lot more in common. You don't even know about it. You'd have a lot more in common if you guys just spoke, or, you know. But everyone wants to be cool. Everyone wants to have, you know, a mean girl persona about them. The mean girl persona is not cool. It's not cool. Cut people off that no longer align with who you would like to be. And I can't even just say who you would like to be, because that's not how it works. Who you are, right? So if I think to myself, I am Mila, the best rapper in this world. If I think to myself, I'm Chef Mills, the best chef in this world. If I think to myself, I'm Mila Mills, the best YouTuber on YouTube, then I am those things. And I'm just going to start acting like I am already those things, right? So that the universe can start presenting me with everything that I need that's going to make that a reality. Because in my mind, I already feel like, and I believe like it's true. What up? You can't tell me I ain't the sickest with the mac and cheese. I ain't the sickest with the pot out here. You can't tell me. You can't tell me I ain't got the best seasonings out here. You can't tell me I ain't got the best cookbook out here. You can't tell me none of that, because I already told myself that. So I don't care what anybody else has to say. I don't need anybody else's approval, because I believe in me, right? And the way how I operate, and the way how the universe moves, because I put in that work, I ain't afraid to grind day in, day out. You gonna believe in me too once it happens. But the difference is, I ain't gonna wanna fuck with you by then, because you weren't being supportive when I needed it. So it's crickets for you, right? So you have to cut people off that no longer serve you, and stop going into spaces that no longer serve you as well. Like, it doesn't make sense. How can I be, if I've morphed, just listen to my analogy here. If I've morphed into a circle, right? Why am I going to continuously trying to fit myself into spaces that only squares can fit into? How that for work? How does that work? It doesn't, right? When you think of it logically, right? It really doesn't. The same thing applies to you as a person when it comes to aligning yourself with like-minded individuals and whatnot. Just because you were in a toxic relationship or you accepted bad behavior from people in the past, that doesn't mean you're not deserving of your Russell Wilson. Like, that doesn't mean that. Listen, there's somebody out there for everybody. There's somebody for everybody. So don't ever get down on yourself and think that, you know, you're not deserving or you're not worthy of. Of course you are. Most definitely, right? But you just need to do some work. Take some time, sit down, reevaluate. Be by yourself for a little bit. Be by yourself for a while. Because, and you know, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be by themselves. I don't know why, because I love me some me. Like, what? Like, why are you afraid to be by yourself, baby? Is it that bad? Like, let me know. Let me know, is it that bad to be with you? But it couldn't be that bad to be with you. You have to learn to love being by yourself, because guess what? When you're by yourself, that is when you begin to learn what it is that you would like, what it is that you don't like. You start to focus on some talents that are hidden that you didn't even know that you had, right? Like, little bitch like me started rapping. Like, Mila's rapping? Yeah, that way. Because guess what? I started writing and I started figuring out, like, wow, like, this is something I'm actually really good at. Like, let me make something shake real quick. Like, you know, and you, most importantly, you begin to love yourself a lot. And because you begin to love yourself and appreciate yourself and all of your flaws and imperfections, you lessen the chances of you accepting foolishness from anybody. You see, the old me, I used to be like, yeah, if someone did me dirty, I used to be like, you know what? F them. Cut them off. Not saying shit. They know what they did. they grown, da 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 da. But I can't be like that, because then I begin to harbor these thoughts and feelings inside of myself, and I start to be cold towards other people that may not have been deserving of it, right? So you gotta just straight up tell people, like, listen, this, that, and the third, I don't like that, I can't F with it, so it is what it is, and move on. You'll feel 20 times better about yourself. I'm telling you. And that's really the key, right? And sometimes some people are just so toxic, they may not be receptive, right? They may just think that you're the one with the problem, but that's okay. That's not for you to unpack. That's for them to unpack. As long as you know that you did your due diligence and you let it be known where you stand with this person or people or whatever your situation is, you're okay, right? And you have to continue to do things that make sense to you. It may not make sense to anybody else, but it doesn't matter. As long as it makes sense to you and you're at peace and you go to sleep every night peacefully, happily, ever after, every single night, right? So ultimately, you gotta declutter your life in order to declutter your mental, in order to be operating from a place of peace at all times. So don't be afraid to try new things. Like I said, everything that I mentioned in this video, I've tried, or I'm currently doing, or I know someone that has tried it and it's worked out really well for them. So don't be afraid to try new things, because you have to take risks in life. If you don't try new things, you'll never know what works for you, right? Don't be afraid to try new things. And most importantly, don't give a shit about what anybody else got to say, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to face whatever issues it is that you're going through. So you deal with them and handle them the best way that can bring out the best in you, right? So till the next one, I'm gonna see you guys.